Friends, my topic is Keynesian theory of employment. Keynes formulated his theory of employment in his general theory. The logical starting point of the Keynes theory of employment is the principle of effective demand. Total employment depends in aggregate demand, and unemployment results from a deficiency of aggregate demand. And the effective demand depends in two variables, the aggregate demand function and the aggregate supply function. The ADF, it means the aggregate demand function. The ADF is a schedule of the proceeds expected from the sale of output resulting from the varying amount of employment. The ASF is a schedule. The ASF means the aggregate supply function. The ASF is a schedule of the minimum amount of the proceeds required to reduce varying quantities of the employment. In the graph, the ADF and the ASF intersect at the point E, and the corresponding level of employment is N. According to the Keynes, the level of employment determined by the intersections of the ADF and the ASF need not to be necessarily a state of full employment. To Keynes, the typical investment demanded will be inadequate to fill the gap between the amount income corresponding full employment and the consumption demand out of that income. Therefore, the ADF and the ASF will intersect at the point of less than full employment. And the Great Depression in the Great Depression in the 1930s, the full employment faces the full unemployment faced by the capitalist economies like capitalist economies countries like America and Britain. An analysis of the depression economy helped Keynes to find out the basic causes of unemployment. Keynes realized the deficiency of ineffective demand. Resulted in the increase in unemployment percentages. Aggregate demand and the aggregate demand in an economy depends the level of consumption and investment. The consumption is almost stable in the short run because it is a function of the level of income, and the investment depends on the rate of interest and MEC. MEC means marginal efficiency of capital. Investment can be increased by the reduction in the rate of interest or an increase in the MEC. MEC is the ratio of perspective yield to supply price, and the Keynes theory of employment can be explained in the equality of aggregate supply C plus S. Aggregate supply is C plus S and the aggregate demand C plus I. Since unemployment results from the deficiency of aggregate demand, employment can be increased by increasing investment. Aggregate demand can be increased by increasing the level of investment since propensity to consume is stable. I have given a flowchart in my PDF. The flowchart is the level of employment. The level of employment depend the effective demand. The level of employment goes to the effective demand. And the effective demand divided into two: aggregate demand function and the aggregate supply function. These two, the aggregate demand function is also divided into two categories: consumption and investment. And the consumption, the propensity to consume and the size of incomes are included in the consumption. The propensity to consume means that there is included in the APC and MPC. The MPC is value of investment multiplier, that is K is equal to 1 by 1 minus MPC. There's a MPC, and the investment divided into two: MEC and the rate of interest. MEC means marginal efficiency of capital, and the marginal efficiency of capital is divided into two two factors, prospective yield and supply price. And the investment next category is rate of interest. The rate of interest divided into two: demand for money and supply of money. And the demand for money divided into three motives. That in the first one is transaction motive, second one is precautionary motive, and third one is speculative motive. Thank you.